Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Demania. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, the good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. So the opening drive of the game, and you spit it up. That's not the way to get things started.
Coaches are always preaching about not committing penalties and winning the turnover battle. So you're able to go on this first drive, and you're doing a couple positive things, and then turn it over, not to start this offense one.
Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Rourke. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
On the snap, it's Rourke. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They go to the ground. Runs through the tackle. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Now they'll try the right side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming, defense trying to rise up. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some space. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I give the tight end a lot of credit for holding on to the football. I know he's a big guy, but he just got whacked.
The Ducks back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon.
And he finds the end zone. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He's got it upright. Breaks into the open. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Running to the left. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Allen. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Motion from the wideout. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Now the play fake. Fires to the middle. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, LSU! The defense putting points on the board.
How oftentimes can you say that there's a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Allen. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hauls it in. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. That's reeled in. It's one. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Got his man on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And how about that linebacker? Seeing the ball getting thrown really quickly to the wide receiver, breaking on it, and then being able to get that fast guy on the ground for no gain. That's a really athletic play by that linebacker.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Defense showing blitz here. Looking down the middle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The short hands, it's Reader. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Obviously, 3rd downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass, getting the 1st down, moving the sticks, fresh set of down, continue to wear on this defense.
The Ducks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Back to pass. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down.
Final play of the quarter coming. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it in the middle, it's Reader. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the 1st period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Now on the move. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about those running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Demania. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it up the 25 in stride. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. What a tough break for the defense. You get a hand on the football, and they still make a big play.
Man, how difficult is that? The ball is deflected. To be able to keep your eyes on the football, continue to concentrate. For a fortuitous bounce, Reese. A nice break to him. Makes the catch, makes the big play.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up 14 over Wyoming. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Oh, they're after him. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on 4th down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
And the Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. They're going to test that run defense to the right here.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
I know we're only in game 1 but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead.
28-14.
Coming out with it, it's Allen. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab, and he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. And no shortage of the big boys coming out of Baton Rouge as LSU's defense in the backfield again.
Yeah, you talk about tall, long, athletic, guys that get after the quarterback, LSU, they typically have a lot of those guys. That's a really fun thing to have when you're a defensive coordinator.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Working that left side now. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be. And a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
With the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown LSU.
Down in tight to the goal line, you saw some good movement up front by the offensive line, getting a push and giving that running back a chance.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt.
14.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Got his man in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. He's looking to throw. Pumps it downfield. Working that left side. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Trying to turn the corner on the right. There he goes. Running through contact. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
I love when offenses do this. Toss the ball out wide. Get it to your speedster, away from all the big boys, to let him put his speed to work.
And the guys try to collapse everything down, and then somebody kicks it out to try to give the back a crease around the right side.
Yeah, and that's the great thing what you can do with formation nowadays. You make it easy where you do those bunch sets and you block down. Everybody has good angles to block. Makes it really easy.
And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. Unloads quickly. Crosses the 10. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. Just going to keep it after the snap. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Second and goal for the offense. Looks as if he's going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And that is a perfect job by the offense executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll bring it out. It's Demania. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on 1st down. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Rourke. Spins away from the defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Throws to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Will run the offense out onto the field. To the air on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He's got an open man. He's finally stopped, and not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
The defense has got got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. Turning it. Got some room into the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
He doesn't need it to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. I'm going to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open? Okay. I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan-Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Minnesota. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
You got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession again.
Makes the catch down the right side. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on, but making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
Makes the catch. It's Rourke. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. And as he throws, can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. They couldn't do it on that last play.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. At the 45, on his way. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
3rd down and inches, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to be physical and they're going to run the football, but they still execute at a good level. Not only picking up the first down, chewing up more yardage to make this drive even easier.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, he's got some space. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
They'll try to run for it. Hard running there. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. The quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Fires to the right. Touchdown, Tigers! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they want. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Oregon, 21.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Allen. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. To throw on first down off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
The Ducks in the hurry up. On third and short, the power run here. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration. So my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
Quick completion to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Best. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense win.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So we open the final period with a third down play. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. First down and more. Chopped out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. It's complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Wants to fire on second down. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
And he tacks on the extra point. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Demania. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively
going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position, and here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
Zings it complete to the right. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Complete with conviction on the crosser. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
LSU lining up first and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Missouri is up big right now, and what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll remember in Columbia for some time. They're up by 24 over Wyoming. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. All kinds of room to the right. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Oregon. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling, and you're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. And here's the return. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Caught near the sticks, it's Williams. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Just willed his way for a couple after the 35.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Gonna swing it on second down. Swings it out to the flat. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Under fire. Back open in the middle. Breaks into the open. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Looking to throw. Going for 6. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Quick strike through the air for the score.
How do you not love it when they use the big fullback? Reward the big fella for doing the dirty work and blocking every play, every play. You don't want to account for him, we'll slip him out, throw him the football. He walks into the end zone for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Allen. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He wants a big play here late. Makes the grab on the left side. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Touchdown, Ducks! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Tick, 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 tick. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires left. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Makes the catch. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. That we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town,